Is Mike Keith's orbital garbage project a cult? No, this is not a cult. This is one man's mission to collect a piece of space trash. Welcome back, you heathens. It's good to be back in the lab with you. This is Mike Keith's orbital garbage project, and I'm Mike Keith, and this is our orbital garbage project, where we're trying to do one thing and one thing only: collect a piece of space trash. It is a joyous day. I am beginning my vacation. I've got my vacation shirt on. If you're here over on the tubes, you see it. It's a camel in the desert, and I'm not going to the desert. I'm going to the beach. I'm going to beach it. I've been working hard to collect this piece of space trash, and I need some reprieve. I need some relaxation. I'm going to the relaxation station, and I'm discouraged. I'm not going to lie to you. We've had our slowest week of growth yet. We are in the dip. But you know what comes after a dip? You know, a pothole? Oh, when your tire just sinks into the bottom of that hole and you're kaboom! But then you're back up on the road. And right now we're in the bottom. We're in the kaboom. You know, we broke the lower A arm of your car. We popped a wheel. We got a flat tire right now. That's what's going on. But you know what happens after you get a flat tire? You call the mechanic. They upsell you on a bunch of stuff you don't need. But eventually, you're back on the road and you're going where you need to go, which is for us, low Earth orbit, where there's a piece of space trash waiting for us to pick it up and put it in my front yard. If you're a faithful member of the Space Trash Force, you know we have been working so hard. We have so many goals going right now, namely for Thanksgiving 2025 to, number one, get on Good Morning America to talk about our mission. Number two, of our first major milestone. B, one would say, A, Good Morning America. B, we want to get in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade with a balloon for Space Trash Force. And we've been talking about it. There's only 159 days left to accomplish this mission, which we still have to finish writing the book, Colleen Goes to Space, which I'll be working on the plane. I can't wait to get on the plane tomorrow. I'm going to get a cup of coffee before I get on the plane. In the SeaTac airport, I'm going to grab me a cup of Joe. It's going to be nice and steaming hot. I'm going to sit down. We're flying Southwest. We still got those 2 free bags. Baby, we got grandfathered into 2 free bags. I'm going to have just my writing supplies, the rough draft. And by the time we take off, I'm going to sit down, get my laptop up. They're like, put away your laptops. And I'm going to secretly put up my tray and then keep my laptop out. Every time I see a stewardess walk by, I'll close it. I'll open it up. I'm going to be naughty. I'm going to be a little naughty on this plane. Why? Because we have to get the draft done. It was my goal to get the rough draft done by the end of June, and I don't want to worry about it while I'm on vacation. So, on the flight over, before we land in San Diego, we will have finished the official first rough draft for Colleen Goes to Space. And then we send it off for the first round of editing. We're going to get feedback, and people are going to tear it up. I can just tell. Because you have to get through the dip, the bottom, you got to get through that to get back on the road and get going and get where you need to be. And where we need to be is have a #1 selling picture book by Thanksgiving. Yeah, we're going to drop it and people are going to be buying it for Christmas. Gosh, it's so good. And I have more good news to share. Yes, our growth has slowed, but we are piling sticks, kindling onto the fire, and it's going to blossom into a wonderful explosion of growth very soon. So here's plan C. Circling back to Thanksgiving week. We are going to get on Good Morning America. We're going to get in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and we're going to celebrate. And if we don't celebrate, we will be celebrating. We will be celebrating either way. We'll either be celebrating that we got on Good Morning America in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, or we'll be celebrating that we're still committed to collecting a piece of space trash with Plan C on Black Friday in the New York metro area, we're going to do, get this, we've been unveiling this slowly. We've been discussing it over in the Patreon, Inner Circle, the Space Cadets, the Orbital Council members and I have been gathering together to discuss what we're going to do. If we fail and get it on Good Morning America, the May 2nd parade, or even if we succeed, what will we be doing the next day in New York? We will be bowling for space trash. That's right. We're going to find a bowling alley in the Great Big Apple, and we're going to be throwing our apples down a lane and knocking over some pins. We may be letting out frustration. We're going to chuck that bowling ball down the lane, and we're going to get a strike. I think here's what's going to happen. I've never bowled a 300 before, but I might just bowl a 300 on Black Friday this year because I'm going to be so excited, fueled up by being in the parade and being on national television talking about our great work. I can just picture it now. And if not, I'll be taking out my frustrations on those pins. So what we're doing right now is, gosh, there's so many logistical, the pushback we're getting, not just from the internet asking if we're a cult. No, we're not a cult. Are you crazy? But no, I would not consider being a cult. No. Even if it would advance forward the mission, you can't, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? So what if I were to profit with a piece of space trash yet lose my soul? It would not be worth it. No, it wouldn't be worth it to me. I'm gonna get this piece of space trash and I'm gonna retain my soul. That's what we're gonna do. Yes, we the space trash force, my fellow heathens. We're doing it. Yes, so what we're doing now, we're trying to find a bowling alley in Manhattan, Queens, Harlem, or Brooklyn. And, we got big goals. We talked last week, we need 649 human beings in the race for space trash, which I'll get into that in a minute. It's not looking good for that. But bowling for space trash is simple. All we got to do is just go. Show up. The bowling alley, Black Friday bowling for space trash. Black Friday bowling for space trash. Yes, we can't shorten it anymore. We can't. Yeah, we can't shorten it. So this is BFST. Bowling for space trash. Wouldn't it be cool? Oh gosh, we got Bowling for Soup to come down, play their 1989 song. That'd be fun. What else could we do? We get our New York friends to come out, bowl with us. Maybe that night we go hit an open mic or something. Maybe we try to get on a showcase, do some comedy that night. Oh, it's going to be good. Oh, I still have to make money to pay for this, but I'm doing comedy. That's making money. I've made money. I've filmed things for people. I've been on shows. I currently still have some camera payments. Yes, we got a new camera, didn't we? Oh, we did. And we got to pay for that first. We got to pay that off. So we'll pay that off. We have interest-free payments. Don't worry. If you're anti-debt, well, I guess you're anti-me because I have some camera debt. It's not a lot, but I'm on a payment plan and there's no interest as long as I pay it off in time. But yes, so we are going to bowl for space trash. It's going to be fun. It's going to be so fun. I can't wait to do it. Put that on the calendar. If you're looking for something to do, maybe your family doesn't get together for Thanksgiving. Maybe you don't want to be there for Thanksgiving. You should go see grandma. Go do that. But what are you going to do the next day? You need to go shop. You need to go spend money on clothes you don't need, TVs you don't need, when you could be spending money on bowling for space trash. Yeah, we're gonna invite the local news out there. Heck, we might even invite Robin over from Good Morning America. Be like, hey, Robin, we had fun chit-chatting today on live national television. We were just in the parade. Why don't you come on over to Smith's Bowling Alley with us tomorrow? We're going to bowl for space trash. Keep the party going, Robin. So that's going to be pretty fun. Let's do some formal invitations. Joe List, you live in New York City. What are you doing on Black Friday? You want to come bowl for space trash with me? Joe List just saw his special out on YouTube right now. Small ball, hilarious. Just saw him in Tacoma, Washington. He did a couple shows in Tacoma at the Tacoma Comedy Club, 6th and Proctor location, a little room, and it was very funny. You know, he's working out new material, but still, I mean, he's still one of the best. Joe, what you doing, man? Come out and bowl with us. Dan, my buddy Dan Berlin's gonna be there bowling. I don't know if he will, but he might be home visiting family. But if he's there, come on, dude. I'll rent your shoes for you. Who else do we know? I don't know who else we know. Our friend Thessaly. Friend Thessaly just moved out there. Thessaly be bowling for us. You know, we'll invite Thessaly to come out to bowl. Gosh, wouldn't that be fun? You know what we're going to do after? You know, the after party? We're going to go over to Artichoke Pizza and get what? Some vodka pizza. Which we do hope, oh boy, wouldn't this be nice if we make this a Facebook event and we're like, yo, stop one. You know, we were just in the parade, Good Morning America. We're going to go to James Bowling Alley over here in Brooklyn. Then we're mobbing over to Artichoke Pizza, going to get us some vodka pizza. Oh, yeah, buddy. We are going to do that. And, gosh, this would be a good time. Let's just, you know, we forgot to do this last week. I am so sorry. Space news is my favorite thing to do. So let's bring it back this week with the world's favorite segment of Mike Heath's Orbital Garbage Project, Space News. What's that? Mike, where'd you get that news? It's news from space. This comes in a couple days ago. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America, has officially nominated Space Force General Gutlein to lead the Golden Dome project. Now, I don't fully know what Golden Dome is, but what I do know, what I believe, allegedly what they're trying to do is the Golden Dome is this space satellite of sorts that's going to shoot missiles out of the sky from space to protect the motherland, America. And what I'm wondering is space lasers. Now, people have talked about using space lasers to clean up space trash for so long. I don't know how we could use the Golden Dome to collect a piece of space trash. But if I don't know where I stand on Golden Dome, right or left, you know, center, but I am pro Golden Dome only for the purpose of helping me get a piece of space trash. I don't know how we could do that. I know they're pushing this bill through for like $175 billion, which I don't know if that's true or not. But could we just get what we need to collect a piece of space trash, which is only $2 million? That's all we need is $2 million to collect a piece of space trash. Cut us a slice of the pie, General Gutlein. I'd love to talk to you. You're General of the Space Force. I am Chief Space Trash Officer of the Space Trash Force. I think we should be working together. We should have at least a monthly meeting on the calendar. Anyways, I want to talk more about the race for space trash. Yeah, it's not looking good, folks. We were so excited. We had vigor and energy, and this week we have just discouragement. Before I get to that, what's new with me, man? I got a haircut. I am not happy with it. Lenny's Barbershop. I was in a pinch, you know, leaving for vacation tomorrow. I needed a haircut bad, and I was going to do it myself, but then I was like, I have too much stuff to do. I got to record the podcast tonight. I don't have time to do podcast and cut my own hair, which takes like 2 hours to do. But I can squeeze on down to Lenny's Barbershop. Lenny will take care of me. Never been there before. It's only $26. Also $26, but I could get right in and out. It worked with the schedule. I'm very disappointed with it. I think it looks stupid, but looks better than the mop that was sitting on top of my head before. But I tell you what, there's nothing more discouraging. A bad haircut is a bad haircut, but it's not as bad as slowing the growth of the Mike Heath Orbital Garbage Project, which I did not do on purpose. I put my work out into the world, and the world said, not this week, Michael Anthony. We don't want it this week. We don't want to help you grow your goal to collect a piece of space trash. Not this week. Here is a dip. You want a dip? Here it is. We got one for you. And I hate it. This is not the kind of dip I want. I want a guacamole dip. I want a queso dip. I wanted white queso dip for a chip. Now I got too much dip on my chip and I don't know what to do with it. Feel like Chance the Rapper. Before we tell you about the catastrophic logistical hurdles that we are now facing with the race for space trash that was supposed to be coming to Seattle this fall, late summer, let's hear a word from this week's sponsor. How's your hair doing? Need a trim? You got a big date coming up? Got to look sharp for this job interview? Head on down to Lenny's Barbershop. He's doing a deal right now, a 2-for-1 special. You walk in with two buddies, you pay once each. You can't beat these prices. Really, Lenny is looking for new clients. He has premier services. He'll take care of you. So be sure to check out Lenny. Lenny's Clips. Lenny's Barbershop is the place you need to go this Thursday to get your hair cut before you head out on vacation. Check him out. Lenny's, 509-999-3343. Stop on in. Bring a buddy for the 2-for-1 special this month. Lenny's Barbershop. We'll cut you. Oh, we had high hopes for the race for space trash. We'd called in Seattle Parks. We didn't think we didn't hear back from them. We left messages, called so many times to never pick up. We were about to submit the $75 application fee when we learned that this government of Seattle, Parks, the park government, Parks and Rec Seattle, does not allow run and walk events until the end of September at Green Lake. So that means we would have to do it in October, which, if you live here, if you've been here in October, it's probably going to be raining. So we are now at a crossroads. Do we continue the race for space trash, where we need 648 other human beings, not including myself, to run a 5K so we can run the 217 kilometers that would be to low Earth orbit by foot, so that we could run to space trash in one day, to raise awareness, to get on local television, to get our test run before we head off to New York for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and Good Morning America. We're going to do this grand plan, and now it just seems foiled, to be honest, because I think it's too close to Thanksgiving. That's too close to put two massive. We have bowling for space trash on Black Friday. And so we do October. If we did October, like the first week in October, that's still too close. There's too much logistical things going on in the world. And we're going to be wrapping up the book at that point. We wanted to get this off the ground. It's just discouraging. So it lasted for a week. Now, I'm not opposed to us figuring out a new plan, but it feels like our current plan for the race for space trash must be abandoned. And this is a good lesson for life. When you're in the dip, you're sitting in the pothole, your butt's touching the bottom of the pothole, you're just sitting in it, you got a flat tire. You're like, I'm not going to make it on time now. But you have to remember, there's a spare tire. All you do is get that flat off, get on your way. You may be late, but you'll still get there. And that's what we're looking to do. We're still looking to arrive in low Earth orbit and get a piece of space trash. That's what we're going to do. And I tell you what, we do have some motivational comments. We need some encouragement. Let's see. It's weak. We have some very We don't have a lot. We have one motivational comment coming in this week from none other than our Belarusian brother, Igor. Igor, thank you. Igor, we needed it this week. Dropping a comment. I don't know what to comment, but I must comment. So, 1.E4, your move. I'm pretty sure that's in relation to chess. And I don't know if that's a good move. I've never really learned chess. I mean, I watched the Queen's Gambit and I got into it with my roommates for like a weekend. We got really into it, but I don't remember any of it. And it's just nice to know that, you don't know what to comment because it probably, that's just what the world was giving us. We don't know what to do with you this week, with your mission to collect a piece of space trash. We're just here, but it's important, like we don't know how to support you. This is what Igor's saying. We don't know how to support you, but we're going to support you. And that's what we need. It's the togetherness. Even when we feel lost, when the race for space trash is seemingly thrown out the window within less than a week. I mean, we had such high hopes. Oh, we had high hopes. Didn't we have highest hopes ever? Yes, we did. We still have the June initiative with the Patreon. Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. This is what we're holding on to this week. The first ever can of trash water coming to you. And here's what I'm going to do, actually. What we said last week was, we're going to pick one person who joins the inner circle over on the Patreon. If you join, every member of the inner circle, the Space Trash Force over on the Patreon, by the end of June, I'm going to send you a can of trash water. And that's the Mike Heath Orbital Garbage Guarantee. And that's what we're ending this week on. Just an encouraging note for trash water. Yes, our future lucrative business idea that may or may not ever take off, except for this initiative right now. Who knows? Get the first batch this month. Head on over to patreon.com/MikeHeath. Support the movement for collecting a piece of space trash, because I believe this. We all believe this in the core of our beings, the very essence of us, that we will together clean up our orbital junkyard. Goodbye.
Great shot!